My name is Ngon Sokleap. I'm the co-founder and the executive director of Gecko, Cambodia. So my role more or less supporting the team. We built up our small teams in the beginning 10 years ago, and we develop, grow, and better and more involved in different departments. We built up all of this in the last 10 years. And now, more or less, I'm the CEO of the whole operation. And then we have over 380, close to 400 employees and trainees at the moment. So I am the co-founder of Gecko Cambodia. So I started together with my Swiss partner. His name is Hannes Schmid 10 years ago that we met, and that I think changed both of our lives. I was a young graduate from university, spending 2 years being apprenticeship at the Red Khmer Tribunal as a young lawyer with the defense team. And then end of 2013, beginning of 2014, where I started together with my co-founder to set up Gecko Cambodia. I got introduced to Hannes, and because I think that time Hannes already been a couple of years in Cambodia, 2012, 2013, trying to help people in the slum, in the dump site. But for him, he would like to make it different and a real sustainable to those people who live in the dump and the dump site and also in the slums area. And then I got introduced as it is important through his opinion that it has to be a local partner who understand the local context, who understand the people. That's how I got introduced to him, and we have dinner together, and that's a starting point of being co-founding the project. So challenging everywhere, every workplace, whatever you do is a part of the life. I think as your age and also your career develop, slowly you encounter every day a certain thing happening to you. So in position what I have now, of course there's challenges, but I myself, I have to manage the challenge and also. So the challenge, for example, we are having most of our team who are living from the village close by, 15-20 kilometer diameter. Their life background is, we call them somehow, they are very underprivileged because they never been to school. So of course, everything have to repeat when you start doing something or asking or training or teaching, everything taking time. So just an example, like, for example, 4 or 5 years ago, we always have to tell them that they have to pick up rubbish and you have to do it again. And now, in the last 4 or 5 years, we see that our whole campus is completely different. People are taking care of their own waste. They know where they put it, where to keep it, and they also teach the others. That's, I can raise as example, what does it mean, a daily challenges, just a small example. Turn it back then to 10 years ago, I can highlight a few points of example of impacts. So 10 years ago when we arrived, okay, we are from a bit better education background. We drive through the street, we saw some children running around close by in the area, and we start asking and start communicating to those children. And very simple, we always ask, hey, what do you want to be in the future? As a boy, as a girl, and what is your dream? The answer was, I wanted to work in a factory. So this also tells us what's happening onto this area, where the children, the future generation, that gonna help this country, but they have no other possibility or dream what they actually want to be in the future, except the factory. Because we understand the auntie, the uncle, the parent, the mother, father, they all work in the factory. Maybe some will not have no job, and they survive with the bushes surrounding to harvest whatever they have. Also very limited small rice field to survive on. And of course, factory is one of the places that they can get additional incomes. Learning this, we see that a lot of things is missing in this area. So we try to start providing vocational training, at least to the adult and young adult. And also because children, we have to start with very comprehensive basic education, which start from preschool, primary. That's what we did in the last 7 years, 2017. We have our first school built, and until now it's operating. So this is one of the impact. And now if we ask our children at school, they will have the answer of so many options. They want to be a singer. They want to be a doctor. They want to be a carpenter. They want to be the chef. So all this career created that become the role model of these children in this area. So this is, we can see easily one of the impact. So back then to the other impact is about health. Our people, how they access to very cheap food. Why? Because they cannot access. They have no money to buy to all that. So they have been living in a very difficult situation because of poverty, because of there's no resources. So first, when we start our project, slowly grow in 2017-18, we start building one of our food court, canteen, because we believe that our job also have to feed our people, to feed our children, to feed our trainee, employee, so that they can access to a proper food. Without a proper food, it will result in sickness and then all this. So at the end, it's payback through working efficiency. And for us as an NGO, we believe it's also our duty to be here, also to bring a better life for these people in the community. So I can see this is another impact, easily can see it, what is happening here. I am the youngest son, and I have 3 siblings, myself, older sister, older brothers. Now they live in different places. They have their own work, their own jobs, and the whole family moved to town in the year 2000. I was born in the east province of Kambodscha. It's about 2 hours away from the city, but it took that time when I was a child to go to the city. It takes 4 to 5 hours with a truck, for example. So the whole family moved to town in the year 2000 just because there's no business more in the countryside where we was born, which is close to Mekong. And it's also the moment came 2000 when the plastic got produced to replace a lot of ecological product. And my village was the village that they produce all kind of tools made from bamboo, from fishing net tools, from basket, from all packaging and everything else. Then plastic came that lost, making our whole village cannot rely on this kind of production anymore. So the whole city sharing the same destiny with other neighbor in my hometown. So we also went to the city on that moment, to year 2000. And we start a new life in the city, which is also quite challenging as a family, having 3 siblings. We also not come only the parent, it's always come along with the grandparent, the grandfather, the grandmother. So all this become very extended, and we have to live in the outskirts of the city. We have to survive day by day as a new dweller to the city. And then, my mom, she worked very hard to be able to send me to school. The older brother or the sister, they have to quit school somehow because 3 children going to school in the city also doesn't work financially. So I was the chosen one that be able to go to secondary school that time and then finish high school. I won scholarship to continue my bachelor degree of law. That's why the story that I also was a lawyer after graduate. And then that's a part of the whole journey until I founded Smiling Gecko Cambodia. So it's, I think now it has been 10 years already since we started, and we have been developed and engaged and impact to the community on a certain level that we think that is a good impact already. But of course, in the future, we also since the beginning that even we are NGO, but we economically driven, which is also corresponding to our goal to be self-sustainable. So even as an NGO, we have to sustain ourselves, which is very important. Many other NGO, what they do is like phase out program, 2 years, 3 years, and then they finish their program. But when they go back to again the same people or beneficiary that have been supported, they were not there anymore. It means that it doesn't exist. So, but for us, we do it differently. We want to be here. We want to exist because our children, our school children, our people, our employee, our community, they are here. So our goal in the next 10 years that we are going to be here with them, support them more. We always go back to education because that's how much time we need to invest in education. So we should also give us the same time as we develop, because everything we do, real sustainability, a real goal is that our children in the future, they become a better generation of the children. which starts already from very early child education, 2 to 3 years old, being into the school, up into primary and go to higher education. So that's our dream in the next 10 years, which is by then we would see our first graduate student who been supported with nutrition program, healthcare, hygiene, and also academically better, that they can really support their family and the future of the country. So I've been in the position already. I don't think I have to plan any different career or whatsoever, because in the last 10 years we have put a lot of effort, and we always say that we live with what we work already, you know. That's how we put Smiling Gecko into this level until now in the last 10 years, plus the COVID that we have been very difficult and challenging. So it's comparing to the whole thing, it's not that long since we started 10 years ago in B minus 2.5 year COVID. So I would emphasize again that I don't have any dream or anything that I have to change the job or anything, because this is, you know, we build it up. Our goal is still in a very big responsibility to make sure that it's continue to exist as one of the co-founder. So of course we want to improve our management, our kind of how, because when we're talking about sustainability as a project, we also go back to how is sustainable of the employee, sustainability of the production, talking about the market, because without market, what we do, what we produce, also there's no circulate back the revenue or the income. So then of course go back to the whole supply chain of what we do, within having a school in the center. So I don't know I can answer it correctly as a personal career, future change or anything, but I'm really in the next 10 years, I'm still with Smiling Gecko, more or less, as long as we get enough support. We do our thing, we do our best as a local, as a host. So we hope that it still exists.